Ifeanyi Ejiofor, lead lawyer to the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has raised the alarm over the brutality meted out to the IPOB leader by the operatives of the Department of State Services, DSS, which has kept him in custody. Ejiofor, who gave the update during his routine visit to Kanu in DSS custody in Abuja on Monday, said that Kanu had been denied his medication for the past 4 days, despite court's order to make sure he had access to his medication regularly. Ejiofor said the DSS has upgraded their psychological routine torture of Onyendu as he narrated to me today, the day he went there. It is a fact and on record that Onyendu has been denied medication for the past 4 days. This inhuman treatment and grievous mental torture has consequently triggered the excruciating pains associated with chronic ulcer and heartburns, which Onyendu has equally been diagnosed of, in addition to other life-threatening health conditions that Onyendu is currently battling with. Today, 7th November 2022, mark it the fourth day that Onyendu is denied of his routine medication, and despite several protestations by Onyendu, which obviously fell on the deaf ears of the lawyers, DSS, they have maintained a stone-hearted stance on not providing Onyendu with his requisite routine medication. Giving more updates on Kanu's detention after the October 13 appeal court's ruling that discharged and acquitted the IPOB leader, Ejiofor said, "We visited Onyendu today, that is on 7th of November 2022, at the DSS headquarters, Abuja. But that as it may, the routine visit afforded me the opportunity to carefully listen to Onyendu's complaint over his deteriorating health condition. The DSS is now indirectly awaiting the unthinkable to happen to Onyendu, but God forbid. The world is hereby reminded once again that Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu has since on 13th day of October 2022 been legally discharged and acquitted of all frivolous and bogus allegations contained in the hitherto 7-count amended charge framed against him by the federal government, and which smoke screen charge has equally been struck out by the Court of Appeal and led to everlasting rest. What we find very disturbing and inconceivable to comprehend is why the federal government has refused to obey court orders made by a court of competent jurisdiction, which directed them to immediately release Onyendu. Rather, the federal government has openly treated the court orders with greatest disdain and impunity. Our current demand to the DSS is simple. Onyendu should be allowed access to his personal physician, as was long ordered by the Federal High Court, Abuja. The daughter of the former Senate President Ekwemmadu appeared in UK court yesterday, November 7, to answer to claims that she trafficked a homeless man into the country to harvest his organs for herself. Ekwemmadu and his wife Beatrice were arrested in June this year and have been standing trial alongside their doctor Obinna Obeta for charges bordering on conspiracy to arrange the travel of another person with a view to exploit him and harvest his organ. It is alleged they conspired together with others unknown and with another family member, Isaac Ekwemmadu, to arrange the travel of a 21-year-old man identified as David Okonwamene, with a view to exploiting him between August 1st, 2021 and May 5th, 2021. They have been accused of facilitating David's travel from Lagos to London to remove one of his kidneys and use same for their daughter Sonia, who has a kidney-related disease and has been on dialysis for some time. While in court today, that was yesterday, the prosecutors claimed the plot was to harvest one minute's organ for Sonia's benefit. The prosecutors told the court that the Ekwemmadu and their doctors were arrested after the young man who previously lived on the streets of Lagos turned to Staines police station claiming he was the victim of trafficking. Prosecutors claim 1 minute told police officers he had arrived in UK on 20th February this year and had been taken to Royal Free Hospital for tests, none of which he consented to. After this test, 1 minute said he had returned to the house he had been staying in, where he was treated effectively as a slave. Prosecutors claim he escaped the address and was homeless for 3 days before going to the police. Mr. Ekwemmadu and his doctor are currently on remand in HMP Wandsworth and HMP Belmarsh, respectively. They did not appear in court today, that is on the 7th of November. Mrs. Ekwemmadu, who was granted bail at a hearing in July, appeared in court alongside Sonia to enter their plea, but this could not take place yesterday, 7th, because of further legal arguments. The trial has been brought forward from May 2023 to January 31st, 2023 at the Old Belly. The Ekwemmadus are no better will next appear at the Old Belly on 16 December this year. Like we told you in our previous broadcast, Ekwemmadu's case was taken to May 2023, but it was brought forward. Now it will be January 31st, 2023. And you can see the new development. His daughter has already also been charged. It's not about just Ekwemmadu and his wife and Obeta, their doctor. Now his daughter is involved. They said they trafficked a man from Lagos, young man, only to exploit him, take his organ. We'll still hear the court on that. I don't know. I don't think organ harvesting is a sin, but I think there is something wrong at the manner at which it was done. I think that is a problem. The boy talked about exploitation, like we hinted you earlier in our broadcast. I really feel for Ekwemmadu's daughter, in particular, Ekwemmadu's daughter. She needs that to survive. She needs kidney to survive. I don't know what really happened. I really feel for him. But the case of Ekwemmadu, you realize it's like, apart from his political colleagues, a lot of people have deserted him. And that is why it depends on how he treats his people. That is why you should treat people well. And some people are making some allegations. They said there is federal government involvement in the whole of this. Because while he was still facing this, he's still in UK. We don't know how this case will go. But based on, it has been brought forward to January, but you saw what federal government is already doing in Nigeria, confiscating his property. And the time limit given for people to turn up and react to that is short. So Ekwemmadu will be in UK prison while his properties have been maybe sold off or auctioned off by the federal government. So I think it is not proper to treat it that way, unless Buhari has a business he wants to finish before he leaves office. Apart from that, I don't know why they should quickly do that while he is away. Now and again, it is his daughter. From He's really facing hard times. He's really facing hard times. On our first story, Nnamdi Kanu denied medical attention for like 4 days. Now, this according to his lawyer who met with him same yesterday, 7th November 2022. I don't understand why a court will free somebody and anyway, We are in a country where everything goes. Uh, may God help this country. You know, a country where the executive arm of government does whatever they like, more like a military rule. And that is why a lot of people still retain Major General to Buhari's name, because he's acting like, such attitude is that of a dictator. Yes, dictators. In a democracy, the rule of law is respected. No more show of power. And the security agencies should know their work. They are not dictated upon. Uh, Everything is independent. But that is not the case in Nigeria, where a court will free somebody, the executive will tell the police, hold him down, and even increase his sufferings. Anyway, viewers, this is where we leave it. Please, there is a new feature on. You will see where you click the like or dislike. There is a new feature at the right side. Thanks. Please use it. Support my ministry. This is my ministry. Yes, so support our ministry, please, so that we will grow. Bye bye for now.